We are in a perpetual state of becoming. You're either becoming smarter or you're becoming dumber. You're either becoming richer or you're becoming poor. You're either becoming sad or you're becoming more happy. You're not static, you're fluid. And throughout the days and throughout the months, you're in a state of becoming. What are you becoming? What is your family becoming? What is your life becoming? What about your legacy? What are you becoming? And so I'm asking you that question, what are you becoming? Well, I believe if I work hard. I believe if I, come to work every day. I believe if I put enough money in my 401k. What do you believe? It's not just, hey, positive thinking. It's not just, hey, manifestation. That's a lie. What do you believe? So now, here is what I believed. This is my script. And in every movie, there's a script. There's a title and there's a script. And this script right here said poverty. This script right here said failure. This script, all the way back to my youth, this script right here was divorce. This script right here was damage. What is your script? What is in your script? You see, once you have your title, which is failure, loser, poverty, then we write the script off of your title. And then when you write your script off your title, then you invite the characters in your life.
All over the world, investing in the world's greatest resource, which is people. Most people say, Shawn Harper, it's really not fair because you're a former NFL football player, you're a business owner, you're an investor, you're an executive. It's really not fair that you would talk to the average person about being successful or about winning. And that topic or that quote really makes me cringe because my life didn't always start out that way. I remember standing in the second grade line when the first day of school. And the teacher walks over and she grabs my left hand and she pulls me back in the first grade line. And all my friends in the second grade, where I'm supposed to be, begin to laugh and say, Shawn, you failed. Shawn, you're an idiot. Shawn, you're stupid. Shawn, you're dumb. And I begin to wear that label. I begin to walk with that label. And that my entire life, after documenting with the learning disabilities by the time I was in the 5th grade, stuttering my entire life, kicked out of 2 schools because of disciplinary issues, graduating last in my class. Out of 154 seniors, my academic ranking was 154. And every day I would hear the words, Shawn, you'll never make it. Shawn, you're a loser. Shawn, you're a failure. But deep within me, there was a seed. And in each and every one of you, there's a seed. A seed is amazing. You see, you can often count the number of seeds in an orange, but you can never count the number of oranges in the seed. And that seed said, Shawn, one day you're going to be amazing. Shawn, one day you're going to change the world. Very, very, very few people believed in me. My mom would always say, Shawn, one day everyone in the world is going to know who you are. I didn't believe her. Until I realized that I was born to win. You see, each and every one of you, you're a born winner. In fact, if you're listening, if you're watching, if you're seeing what I'm saying to you, it means that you've already won. The process is that you're one of maybe several million sperm cells, and you were the one that made it, which means that you're the winner. What happens is that around the 3rd or 4th grade, the world strips you of that winning mindset and gives you a success mindset. Remember when you would play King of the Hill, there was only one winner. Remember when you play hide and seek, one winner. Jumping rope, one winner. Kickball, a winning team. Then the world says, we don't want you to win, we want you to become successful. Very dangerous because success is never stagnant. It always moves. $1 million in Manhattan, you're average. $1 million in Ohio, you're rich. $1 million in Dubai, you're poor. But winning is the fullest expression of who you are mentally, physically, and legacy. And once I adopted that winning mindset, I was able to play several more years I was able to go off to a major university from junior college, played 7 years professional football, and everything that I was born to achieve, I am achieving as we speak, because life is about winning. It's not about success. Now I'm gonna say something real challenging to you. Success is for suckers. Play to win. Manifest who you are.
Coming from the NFL and into the business arena, there were some parallels, there were some mindsets that you saw that made you successful in both. Tell us about the mindsets that work in both environments, that make you successful in both environments.
Well, what makes you successful in both environments is numbers. Numbers tell the story. In the corporate world, your numbers have to match up. You have to make your numbers. You have to meet the expectations or beat the expectations. And if you have a small business, you have to have numbers to at least make payroll, to make a profit, to stay in business. In the NFL, numbers run the game. A team wants to make $3 to $4 billion a year. They're watching numbers. Every player they draft, there's a number associated. Every time you purchase a Coke in the stadium, there's a number associated with that. If you're watching TV or you're watching the game or you're not watching the game, there's a number associated to that. So the correlation, it still comes down, at the end of the day, it comes down to numbers.
Born and raised on the south side of Columbus, Ohio. Was hit with insurmountable odds, almost day one. I remember being actually physically abused by my father, who left me, a year or two later, thank God. But my mom had to raise all 6 of us all by herself. And from there, I'm just going to slide where you can see that ray of sun. From there, I was hit with, educational challenges, being documented with, 4 to 5 learning disabilities. Being kicked out of several schools, or 2 schools, I'm sorry, for disciplinary issues, stuttering my entire life, leaving high school with a 1.62 cumulative GPA, not on my ACT, graduating dead last in my class. And I promise you, people's negative or low expectations of you, that kind of exudes like Wi-Fi. I would hear things like, oh, that's just Shawn, low expectation, not, really seeing myself at that next level, barely starting in high school football. I wasn't even honorable mention all conference. It was crazy. And then from there, I get a phone call from a junior college in Iowa, in Mason City, Iowa. And I'm invited to go to the cornfields of Iowa. Now, I'm from Columbus. I'm from the south side. I'm from the hood. I'm a hood kid. And here I am, I'm going to the cornfields. Mason City, it's like 26,000 blonde hair, blue eyes. Everyone's last name is Schneider. Okay. I'm up in the cornfields of Iowa. And the first year at that junior college, I sit the bench the entire season, not one play. And
Wow.
Going into the second year, I had sort of an interesting conversation with myself. And the conversation was, okay, Shawn, according to the success model, you will never be successful. You don't have the grades. You suck at football. You don't have, the connections. You might not be the right skin color. Just all these, reasons why, it's okay to have a mediocre life. And I made a paradigm. And the paradigm was, you're right. I can't be successful, but I can win. And the moment I said win, it was like a switch clicked in my psyche, and I felt my DNA, things begin to like cut on, like all over, like click, 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 click. It was just like these generators. And I started looking at life differently. In fact, I want to challenge your guest sometime to just close their eyes and say the word success, and then while your eyes close, 10 seconds later, say the word win. Your body responds to win because you were created to win. In fact, if you're listening to me, you are a winner. You were the one sperm that fertilized the egg out of millions, okay? It wasn't about success, wasn't about looking good. It was about winning, which is why we're so enamored with sports, winning. We're so enamored with gambling, winning. We're so enamored with video games, winning. Everything I mentioned is a billion-dollar industry. Why? Because our DNA is set up to win. And when I tapped into that, I began to conquer opportunity after opportunity, taking it from playing professional football to the corporate world and then speaking, now investing, and I'm using the same model. And my phrase or my motto is, if life is a game, you play it to win.
Wow. Um, having having that focus, that is probably one of the top 5 ingredients for any professional athlete is your focus.
Yeah.
You know, when you're there, you're there. When you're in the midst of the battle, you're in the midst of the battle. I remember
Yes.
playing football for, a few teams, and, it was always that senior, offensive lineman, or maybe that senior receiver, no matter what's happening, what's going on, the closer you got to game day, they would kind of chirp up, hey, lock in, hey, stay focused, it's game time. Or there'll be a phrase someone would say in the locker room. It was like NLP on steroids, neuro-linguistic programming. And, someone would say, hey, boom, it's game time. And everyone like, wham, you just switch like that dog hearing that bell,
Yeah.
You just switch and we're just turning into monsters. And that's what we are. You change your focus, you change your life. And I was able to take that same concept and kind of move it over to the business world as well. But back
Excellent.
to